To be honest, my brother, I feel like the league right now is just a pure breeding ground for attackers. The runners can still cook down there, still cooking out there, and defenders are popping off. But if you look at the minimap, everyone is just throwing hands. It is a non-stop fighting out there. So today, I'm gonna give you my definitive top 10 attackers in the current meta. These are the units that can actually secure you those wins, clear out the toxic spam, and most importantly, are actually fun to play. So enough yapping, hit that subscribe button for your boy Salty, and yeah, let's dive straight into it. Hey, what's up, my brother? Starting us off at number 10 spot, we have EX Kizaru. Now look, okay, I know what you're thinking. The Kizaru era is over, Mr. Salty Rock. And yeah, it's definitely hard for him in the current meta. But hear me out, okay? Hear me out, goats. Now, the only reason you really need him on your team right now is to hard counter the annoying ass snake and some of these other defenders out there like Kuzan lurking out there. You can just counter it. If there are no Zoro and Sanji units on the enemy team and your only goal is to completely melt defenders, especially S-Snake, which is very annoying for those runners, then Kizaru is still a good pick. But yeah, it's a struggle. OPBR, if you're watching this, I think we need Kizaru buffs though, ASAP. Okay, at number 9, we've got the classic or the old EX Blue Luffy. Is he swimming in a sea of counters right now? Oh, absolutely. But guess what? This unit or this EX Luffy still hits like an absolute truck. It's so hard though. It's a glass cannon. Luffy is a fantastic tactical pick right now for one specific reason, okay? EX News J. That horse is still lurking everywhere in League Battle. If you get lucky and the enemy team pops out 3 News J, Blue Luffy's going to absolutely demolish them, in my opinion. Just pray you don't run into a sweaty Zoro and Sanji player. If you are, you're cooked. So overall, Blue Luffy is still manageable, but a great counter against News J if you're having hard time against News J. And if you don't have any attacker to pick, yeah, Blue Luffy is okay, but it will be tough for you though. Moving on to number 8, we have light attacker Oden. Now that Kizaru has dialed back a bit, Oden has a lot more breathing room in most of your matches. You might face the occasional Kizaru who tries to ruin your day, but overall Oden is standing his ground. The main reason he makes the top 10 right now is his ability to take out the new EX Zoro and Sanji. If you rely, okay, on Oden as your solo main lane attacker to carry the whole team, you're gonna have a rough time. But as a designated Zoro Slayer, he does the job beautifully. But overall, a best unit? Nah, he's not that best, but a fun unit, I would say. Very good when it comes to countering. And if no one is countering your Oden, you're good to go. You're in a good spot. But make sure to stay inside the treasure area. Once you're outside, you're cooked. Alright, coming in at number 7, we have the Pirate King himself, Green Roger V1. I'm putting him in here for one massive reason. He's free, of course. He's free, and he is not a hard counter. I can't say it's a hard counter. I think it's one way or another. If you messed up, you're cooked. But if you're on point, you will cook the new EX Zoro and Sanji. But don't get it twisted, okay? Using him in League right now, matches is going to be tough, really. Sweaty players still out there. His overall impact in League isn't as brainless as Kizaru or something. Kinda need to be on point, okay? So why it's hard for Roger V1 to pop out in League? Because Gear 5 V2 is everywhere, okay? Garp is still lurking in the bushes and you're constantly running into Blackbeard V2 and Egghead Chopper. Roger counters the new EX, but the rest of the meta units that is useful or usable in the league right now counters him. So if your dodges are on point, your skill is on point, you will cook. But if you messed up, you're cooked. You can just get one tap out there. At the number 6 spot, I think you already know. I have to talk about my guy here, EX Akainu. Yes, sir. This is not biased, 100% not biased. I genuinely think this unit is so underrated right now. Really. He's not a beginner friendly, okay? I just want you to know he takes actual skill. Well, let's not call it skill, but timing. All right, you kind of need a very good timing, a very good metal set in order for you to use Akainu in league properly. Even though you have a good metal set, it's not 100% you will just dominate out there, okay? And also there's a lot of metal sets that you can use, but I check everything and I think what I'm using right now fits for my playstyle and what I want to get when it comes to Akainu. But overall, yeah, if you know how to build him properly, it doesn't mean he will just dominate out there, okay? He is a hard unit to use, honestly. Very hard and challenging unit to use. And that's why I love this unit so much right now, because he is not a brain-dead character. He kind of cooks a lot of meta units out there if you're on point, but other than that, he's easy to counter, easy to cook actually. But if you can time your dodges and spam that skill too, kind of completely melts everyone. All right, now we are entering the top 5. We have the old man himself, Garp. Is still garping out there. If you are careful with your positioning and you don't just throw yourself into a 1v4 situation just like Akainu, Garp can still wipe the floor with most of the meta characters. The only thing you really need to watch out for is S-Snake. She completely counters your whole existence and she's popping up everywhere in League right now. But if you avoid her, Garp is incredible for clearing out enemies, protecting your team, and creating wide open space for your runners to clutch the game. At number 4, we have Kuma and Bonney. And my brother, this is hands down one of the best Bounty Fest units in the entire game right now. He's still popping, which is nice. And an absolute F2P unit, in my opinion. Yeah, it's a Bounty Fest. Bounty Fests are easy to get, so I would say a very good F2P unit. Kuma's skill 2 is easily one of the best, still one of the best, most satisfying attacker skills in OPBR history. If you build him right with good stats and a solid metal set that can boost that skill 2 damage, you can just one-tap most of the units in the game. They never see the damage, or they can never see your skill 2 comment. He also holds his own against the top runners and standard meta units beautifully. And right now, to be honest, there is no good OP runners lurking. Kubo can just cook up those runners. Now, taking the bronze medal at number 3, Egghead Chopper. Yes, sir. This little reindeer is still an absolute monster out here in League. A skilled Egghead Chopper player is a complete nightmare to deal with. The damage output is insane though. The absolute best part about this unit, by the way, is the flexibility. If your teammates are brainless and nobody's defending the flags, Chopper can literally step up, act like a defender, and absolutely cook those toxic runners trying to sneak cap your treasure. Once you master Egghead Chopper's rotation, I think you're good to go, really. A very nice unit though. Still one of the best F2P characters out there. Alright, at the number 2 spot, we have the Master of Darkness. This is Blackbeard V2, my brother. This unit is amazingly good in the meta right now. Now look, as an attacker, your job is usually to push and KO. But with BBV2, you need to play like an actual lore accurate Blackbeard. You know what I mean? You gotta play like a coward. No, hide out in your skill 2, camp around the treasure areas, and bait the enemies into making mistakes. If you have top tier timing when it comes to changing your elements, you are going to absolutely cook the entire lobby. Trust me. If you have that amazing timing, you're good to go. And BBV2 is not a brain-dead unit in my opinion. Yeah, he's not a brain-dead unit. Once you know that timing is just insanely good though, but still manageable for some characters out there. And finally, standing alone at the number 1 spot, I think you already know. It was gonna be the new EX Zoro and Sanji. A duo unit, of course. This unit is absolutely broken, and honestly, sometimes it feels a bit brain dead with how much they can do. But that doesn't mean they're completely unmanageable, okay? The best part about this unit dominating the league is that it officially pushed EX Kizaru out, okay? Out of the #1 spot. And trust me, I would much rather deal with this duo than live through another toxic Kizaru era. Now, a fair warning, not every Zoro and Sanji player is goated. You will see some absolute sellers running around getting cooked. But when you face a sweaty Zoro and Sanji, high timing player who knows how to abuse their traits, skills, and everything about this new EX, they are the ultimate counter to every broken unit in the game, in my opinion. Alright, so those are my personal top 10 attackers dominating the league right now. I know there are plenty of other decent units out there, but these 10 right here are the ones that will actually secure you the wins and bring the fun back to the game. So let me know in the comments who is in your top 10 right now. Did I forget your favorite attacker in my list? Well, let me know, okay? And you know what? That's it for this video. You know the drill. Stay salty and stay awesome, and salty rock. Now signing off.